Welcome to Sunny Day Stamping. I'm Julie Baca. Sign up for my weekly email to receive free project sheets and updates on sales. Today's project is a gift card holder. I love making gift card holders. They just make that gift so personal. So I'm going to show you how to make a belly band, and then you open it up and the gift card just kind of pops out like that. I just love it. This looks really complicated, but it is so easy, and I'll show you how quick it is. I'll have all of the measurements on my website. If you sign up for my weekly email, I do have a free project sheet to send you. So let's get started. I just love this project. One, because I think that's so clever to have that popping up, and that's not my idea. I got that from Connie Stewart. But the other thing is that you just need not very many supplies, and the stamping portions are very small. So you don't have to be like real creative, and it doesn't take much time. Head over to my website, sunnydaystamping.com, to get all the measurements for that. I've got a link down in the description. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to make 5 different cards today using this stamp set, Sweet as a Peach. The designer series paper I'm using is You're a Peach. But also at the end, I've got 3 more cards to show you using different stamps and designer series paper. These are the colors I'm going to be using for the first 5 cards, just because they coordinate with my designer series paper. So if you pick a different designer series paper, you'll pick some different inks. So using your paper trimmer, you're going to cut a regular sized piece of cardstock in half long ways to create a 4 1/4 by 11" sheet of paper. Then, I love this paper trimmer because it has this arm that extends out. It makes this measuring really easy, things that are larger. Okay, so now all you're going to do is score this. We're going to put the cutting blade up here so we don't accidentally chop it off. You're going to score it at 7 1/2, 5 1/2, and 3 1/2. Now I'm going over that scoring a couple of times only because Stampin' Up's cardstock is like extra thick. So you wouldn't want to do that with regular cardstock because you'll cut through it. So now we're going to fold our card in half along the score line and use the bone folder to really get a good crease. Then you're going to fold this front piece back on itself and do the same thing on the other side, following those score lines you created. So you're going to end up getting a piece of paper that looks like this. It's a W. Now you're going to take your glue. You could also use tear and tape, and you're going to only put glue along the edge, along this edge here, and this here. Only 3 sides. And then you're going to push this together and really seal it down good with your fingers. Okay, this is the really fun part. Now grab your paper trimmer again. And so you're going to take the piece that is folded, the side that's folded, and you're going to just line it up with this brown edge here, just so the trough, the cutting trough, is going to be just right on that edge, and you're going to slice it. And believe it or not, that created the pocket for the gift card. I think that is so clever. Now, if you want to make a thumb notch to go in, here, you can measure this in half. So this would be 2 1/8. And then you're going to take a circle punch. You could do a circle die. I don't have a circle punch, but I'm going to use, I do have this ice cream cone builder punch. And I am just going to center that little mark in the center and punch, creating a thumb notch. So now our card base is ready to go. So we'll start stamping. We're going to use the peach on this first one. And I inked it up in pale papaya. And then I'm going to take a sponge dauber with Calypso Coral, which is a darker peachy pink, and just add accent on this peach to make it more realistic. Put some leaves on it. And I want my leaves going this way. That may be upside down, but and now I'm going to use this sentiment, and I actually added 2 stamps together. All right, that one's done. Let's do the inside. And I'm going to do a thanks so much. And then they've got these precious tiny little flowers in this set with an equally precious little tiny leaf. All right, let's put this all together. Oh no, look what I did. I have brown on me. I'm going to redo this. I'll be back. I gotta say, this happens to me more times than not, and thankfully there are two sides to every paper, so I can always restamp on the other side. So we're just gonna glue this on the inside, and then for the outside, we'll put our stamped piece. In the top half, I'm not going to press that quite yet. I'm going to grab my designer series paper for the bottom and put that on the bottom half. And I'm going to just move these around to make sure they're nice and straight. There, then you can press down. I mean, how fast was that? Now we'll add our belly band across the front. Now, when you do this, I made the mistake of putting them on too tight. You don't want to crease, like don't crease right there, just bend it. If you do it too tight, you can't get it on and off. So once you've got it where you want it, without creasing those edges, add some glue. Line that up. Whoop. And don't press it quite yet. Go back and test it. Okay, mine's going to slide nicely. And now you can press it down. That actually might be too loose. So if you need to adjust, just lift it up and pull it a little tighter till you get it just where you want it. There, perfect. Now, take your little tiny strip. Isn't this precious, these little tiny peaches? I couldn't help it. This is all from the Euro Peach designer series paper, which is in the annual catalog. There we go. That's the first one. Now let's do the second one. Now grab the leaves from the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. Stamp them in the corner at an angle. Now decorate those little peaches with that same technique that we used in the big peach. Line up those little peaches. They have notches in them. Line them up with the greenery. And then you're done. Now you can see those little, that designer series paper. I made a strip out of those little peaches for the other card. Now take those same leaves, stamp them in the other corner at an angle, and there's flowers in that set. Take that little starburst to decorate the inside of the flowers. And you can see I put the peaches from the other card into the middle of this card. It's always so hard to decide which side of the designer series paper to use, but I think that turned out well. Okay, now this one is so cool. Use the starburst from the flowers to just kind of make like a confetti for a happy birthday. This one would be a great masculine card. Love those stripes. That's just on the back of one of those designer series paper. This is all from the same set. I just love that. Okay, this one is my favorite. I love those Calypso coral, and I put the early espresso brown in the flowers. It turned out so good. I love it with this blue and then the stripes and the polka dots. It just looks like really, I don't know, almost Hawaiian, very tropical. Look at all these we made with one stamp set and one pack of designer series paper. And honestly, these were just the scraps from my designer series paper, You're a Peach, because these pieces are so small. So perfect way to use up any scraps you have. Speaking of scraps, this one I had a little Christmas tidings designer series paper left over. That's from the annual catalog. And I had a little bit extra, so I added some to the panels here. And of course I had to make a Mother's Day card because Mother's Day is coming up. I used the Flowering Tulips, which is a new set in the mini catalog, and the Daffodil Afternoon designer series paper. That's free during celebration. This card is using 2 freebies from the celebration, the special moments and that designer series paper. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this project, give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel and see more videos. Have a sunny day.